Charles, whenever you're ready.
We are ready, sir. I know there's something you wanted to share, so we've created that.
Well, welcome everyone. It's a very special evening. We want to welcome our guests on behalf of Charles and myself and our special guest here tonight. My name is Bobby Smith. I'm the field president for Powur, according to Inc. magazine, the fastest growing solar company in the United States and perhaps the world. We'll talk a little bit about that as we go on. If you're tuning in tonight as a guest, and that's why we are here tonight, it is very important for you to understand how significant this moment in time is. This bill was just introduced. We have a great belief that this will be passed. It's hard to even comprehend what this means, for the world, for society, but for our company as well. This basically ensures the value proposition for solar for the next decade. And remember, you'll hear we're not a solar company, we're a platform for renewable energy. It also really touches almost every product that we believe or anticipate that we will be marketing either currently or very soon. So again, one more time for the folks that are just joining in, we're going to go through our presentation tonight. You're going to meet two very special guests. We're very excited to launch two new markets tonight. And if we have some time at the end, we'll open it up for the chat bar. Again, our company is blessed and humbled to be the fastest growing solar company. Our revenue should be almost $300 million this year, and we are posturing for what we believe will be a $1 billion IPO. We've built a culture that people dig. We built a trust, communication, training, and there's no one better to walk through that with you than our presenter tonight. Again, my background is medical education and in the nonprofit cancer world. Charles Thompson is one of the top energy professionals in the United States. He has built, run, and owned some of the largest energy companies in the United States. We met over a cup of coffee almost 8 years ago in Southern California. Charles might be now the highest earning solar professional in the United States or the world for that matter. He's amassed a team of almost over 4,000 people in our company. He sells solar. He teaches other people how to sell solar. I am 100% on the corporate team. Charles is 100% a commissionable seller and leader on our platform. And most importantly, a liaison to our corporate team. His expertise allows us to guide the field and scale to the level we are today. As with many of us, he's also become a best friend. I know him as a dad. I know him as a great guy. And I know him as someone that truly cares about the people that he works with. So with that, I want to hand this over to Mr. Charles Thompson to walk you through the Powur platform. Charles.
Thank you, Bobby. Humbled by your very kind words. Yes, it was a coffee shop just down the road here, a little coming up on 7 years ago that it all began. So it's been a fun, amazing journey. You've been a mentor to me in addition to being a dear friend. And I think more importantly, you've been a mentor to literally thousands of other people in the Powur platform, lives that you have changed. You're so humble about what you do. You're the top recruiter in the company, even though you can't recruit directly. You help all of the other leaders with that. So we're just honored to have you as the field president and are grateful for all you do, sir. So thank you. Now, Bobby used these words, which are really, really important. Powur's a platform. Yeah, we install a lot of solar, we sell a lot of solar, but Powur is a platform. And there's a big distinction between that. I'll share you from my side. I've been in the industry now for 11 years. I've owned my own solar company. I ran two of the nation's largest solar companies. And there's just such a vast difference between what those companies do that it makes you wonder. So I want to kind of frame it with that and then take a look at what is solar all about. And if you look at it today, what people are doing is they're renting energy from the monopolized utility. That's it. They're not adding any value to the home. They're not getting any tax benefits. If that tax benefit goes through, that's 30% they're not getting. They're doing damage to the planet because it's polluting. It's putting dirty carbon emissions up into the air. That's why I'm here. And I got a big why, which we could talk to at some point. Well, that's the old way, which is phasing out. And what homeowners get the ability to do is switch to solar. And they can start that on day one. They're saving money. They add an asset to their home, raises the value of their home. They own the energy rather than renting it. And I don't know if you've seen some of the energy rates in the current markets that have gone 70% up in Texas alone. I moved here into San Diego for the past 2 years while we went through the pandemic. When I got here, it was 18 cents a kilowatt hour. Now it's 55 to 58 cents on peak hours. I mean, it's out of control. Solar eliminates all those problems. It also lowers the carbon emissions, and the homeowner can pay zero upfront. So no out-of-pocket costs. They can leverage the tax benefits, whether they go up or not, they can still leverage them. And there are now 16 states and growing that are offering renewable energy goals. What does that mean? I always say you're going to go solar, whether you like it or not. Why not do it while there are incentives for you to be able to do that? Because that's reality. They're not going to be around permanently. All right, so that's it. That's solar. That's the proposition. It's really phenomenal. How big is the opportunity? And I can just say it's big. If you look at the United States of America, there's 130 million single family residences. That's the type of company we are, single family residential. From that, 90 million are eligible for solar by today's standards. That can go up over time, but that's today. But here's the fact. Only 3.5 million or so have actually gone solar. So you're looking at less than 4% of the eligible homes have made the shift to solar. That's going to be make me crazy. The industry's been around for 60 years. That means there's 87 million eligible households that are still ready. And just in 2021, someone went solar every single minute. And those numbers are increasing every time we turn, especially with the cost of energy going up. You look at that and say, well, it's such a great opportunity. Why isn't everybody gone solar? And the two factors are education. It's hard to get in front of people to educate them. But what we really believe the biggest factor is the model. The model. Solar has been largely the same for many, many years, 65 years that it's been in existence. The technology is pretty much the same, but the model hasn't shifted until power began the disruption based upon Bucky Buckminster Fuller's incredible quote: to change things, don't try to fight the existing reality. Build a new model that makes the old model obsolete. And we'll give some examples of that tonight. So that's what we believe it is. We believe it's the model. And why we are winning is you look at the old way of doing business in a couple of different industries versus the new platform economy. If you look at Walmart as an example, now they did a better job in the latter stages of emerging, but I'd even say go back and look at Kmart that never made that shift to a platform type economy. Take a look at a taxi. When's the last time you took a taxi other than being in New York City or in Las Vegas? Uber is where everybody goes. And then now there's numerous other platforms like Uber that have done that. They disrupted industries. They changed the model. Used to be you'd go to the main hotels. Now you go to Airbnb, you go to hotels.com, you go to Hotwire. Used to be you'd go to Blockbuster and rent a film. Now you tune to a platform called Netflix or many of the others that are out there today. And you see what happened to those businesses. And now it's happened to real estate. And what happened to Prudential and the types of stuffy real estate companies that are out there? You got a company comes along who has a platform very similar to Powur called EXP. Becomes the fastest growing real estate company in the world because of a platform-based technology. This is exactly what Powur is doing for the solar industry. Exactly what we're doing. We have created a platform to disrupt this industry once and for all. So if you look at why we're winning, so take that same comparison of what all these other companies have done, how they didn't emerge into platform, and look at Powur. Why we're winning is we are taking the best of all these solutions. We're helping the independent sellers get connected to installation partners and to homeowners and the best financing solutions through a transparent cost of goods model. Never seen anything like it in the industry. They actually show you the true cost that it takes to buy the panel, to buy the racking, to buy the inverters, to buy everything. And they transparently display that to us. They offer us custom solutions that we can offer our homeowners with the leading equipment and financing partners, the best of the best in the industry. It gives Powur buying power because, as Bobby mentioned, 6,000 active sellers in our platform today, grew by over 800 this month. And that seems to be a consistent trend. Who do you think is going to have the best buying power in the world? It's going to be Powur based upon the growth strategy. We get to offer an exclusive 30-year warranty to our homeowners so they never have to worry about any out-of-pocket expenses. And Once your homeowner is happy, and we know they will be, you can enroll them for free as an ambassador, and they can become a source of referrals from you. And as you get rolling, 65% or more of your business is going to come from referrals, particularly if you leverage that incredible ambassador referral program. All right, now you look at this and say, well, that sounds great. Maybe I'm not the right match for this. We did a survey of our 6,000 sellers. I wanted to know where you're from. What's your experience? So how does this apply to you? More than half of our sellers who are successful in the platform have zero solar experience, more than half. And 20% or so had no sales experience on top of that. And you can take one newbie on the lower right-hand corner. In his first year, 100 installs at an average commission of $7,000, by the way, brand new to solar, brand new to sales. And then you can look across the screen and see the various types of people. And the reason being is we've created the platform to be able to help anybody. So no matter what your skill sets are, you have the tools necessary to leverage this platform and grow. And what I'd like to do is play a video for you that's going to walk you through the stories of some of these people who have leveraged this platform. And then we'll come back in, I'll fill in some gaps. Stand by.
I just had my biggest winter in solar that I've had in 7 years. And coming from solar, having a big winter, that says a lot. My fiance quit his job last year, and now we both work from home with Powur. We're able to spend so much more time with our 3 children, and we're able to go on more vacations. I just bought myself a Tesla, and we also just entered escrow for a new home. I really feel like I'm living the dream life.
In just a few months working for Powur, I've discovered the real meaning of freedom, especially time freedom. I get to work my own hours, get to go to the gym whenever I want, and I get to spend time with my friends and family without having to take time off. I'm literally my own boss. On top of it, I've made more than ever before in my sales career.
Cada individuo que entra en Powur es como si fuera el propio dueño de su compañía solar. Porque Powur está enfocado en que cada uno de ustedes puedan lograr sus metas y sus sueños, pero a la misma vez que ayudamos a la adopción de la energía renovable al planeta. Me enamoré de ese trabajo porque ese trabajo me daba la libertad que no tenía en otros trabajos anteriores.
Other companies that I worked for had a terrible culture. I used to spend hours on the road driving from appointment to appointment for leads that just weren't that good. I was exhausted, I was overworked, money was tight, and I had to sell so many deals just to make a decent income. And there was time where I didn't know how I was going to pay the groceries.
Working for a boss in a big company was all I knew. At Verizon, I used to work 60 to 70-hour weeks with zero compensation for overtime. I'd wake up, go to work, come home, sleep, and start all over again. I had to request days off, and I missed a lot of Christmas dinners with my family.
Nací en Puerto Rico, en el 2009 vine a los Estados Unidos por primera vez. Mi primer trabajo fue en un hotel, haciendo housekeeping con el que limpia los cuartos. En Texas comencé a trabajar con Target y H-E-B. Después conocí Coca-Cola. Cuando me hablaron de la energía solar en el 2018, busqué en Google acerca de los paneles solares. Él me introduce con Edgardo González y Edgardo me dice el plan y la estrategia que tenía para hacer crecer esto, y yo dije, yo quiero ser parte de eso.
My friend Jonathan Brunasso, who I had worked with in several of my past solar companies, told me about Powur and how I can generate my own leads and offer customers so much more than the other companies. It just felt different, and the culture was completely different from anything that I had experienced. We just got back from Mexico, where Powur partnered with Prosperity Homes, and they took us on an all-expenses paid trip. This is what I mean by the culture at Powur. No other company has ever done anything like that for me.
I won't lie, I was very skeptical in the beginning. Having spent my whole career as a W-2 employee, moving from guaranteed paychecks to 1099 was very, very scary for me. It was Jonathan, along with other great mentors, who convinced me that I should switch to essentially becoming an entrepreneur with Powur. When I started out in October 2021, I got help from a tier 3 sales partner to close my first few deals. Since then, I've closed 19 contracts in just a few months, and I've earned more than I ever had before.
I was blown away by how easy it is to enter a lead, and there's so much control that we have for customizing proposals for a homeowner. You can choose the type of equipment you want to offer them. You can choose the type of financing from so many options. And if you know they're getting a roof or an electrical panel, you can put that in right away. And there's so much control that we have to better serve homeowners.
You get the freedom of time and being your own boss, but you also become an expert in your field. The certification courses teach you everything you need to know, and if you ever have a question or need advice, you can dig into the knowledge base or even reach out to the thriving community of power sellers. I get to stick to what I do best, which is selling, and leaving the rest and brand messaging to Power. It really is the best of both worlds.
Powur me dio la oportunidad de que sin dejar el trabajo que yo tenía, podía hacerlo part-time y con el tiempo, ese part-time podía darme esos ingresos que yo necesitaba para comprar mi casa, siempre y cuando yo cumpliera mis metas. Esa es la libertad que te ofrece Powur. Si tú tienes la oportunidad de alcanzar cada uno de tus sueños con algo que está ayudando a miles de personas a ahorrar dinero, ¿por qué decir que no?
I couldn't have imagined that I would be living the life I am now just 2 years into joining Power, and I can't wait to see what we do next. My name is Cynthia Alvidrez, and I'm living a powered life.
My name is Jeff Hugh, and I'm living a powered life.
Mi nombre es William Contreras y este es mi Power Life.
Now, that's just a small sampling of the hundreds and hundreds of people who are living that powered life that many of us didn't think was possible to do in this industry with such control that is given to us, which is amazing. And let's look at your opportunity. And I'll say these things, but I'm going to actually show you some of the assets and the tools that you have available to you. If you look at this screen captures, like all the social media graphics that you have, you can share those graphics. You can share your links, your personal links that drive to your personalized pages. And for those pages, when they opt in, that information comes to you. That's a lead for you, whether it's a homeowner or for a seller. These are absolutely amazing tools that you can leverage. Brochures, all the different catalogs. You can take those, you can edit them. You can add your name, email address, phone numbers, personalize it, download it, make it a PDF, make it a flyer. You can email it, you can print it, you can do whatever you like. They have so many different ways. Then there's a postcard that you can actually get access to. In that postcard, you can mail it to a radius. You select the radius and the cost of postage is included and it's gone. There's a dynamic proposal tool that's the best I've seen in the industry, where you can size the system exactly where the homeowner needs it in real time, virtually or in person. Take it to where the desired offset is for solar, show them the economics, show what's going to happen to their bill over a period of time. And over a period of time, you know that you're also going to see much bigger savings. You can show them the available credits. You can show them all the incentives. You get access to an incredible, game-changing, industry standard setting training program that is you interact with it. It's not like you're just taking tests and writing things. Access to every tool that breaks down all of the different incredible assets we have, access to, I keep saying incredible, but truly incredible, knowledgeable people through the knowledge base. In our 30-year power warranty, this is a total peace of mind warranty for the homeowner. 30 years end to end. There's no out-of-pocket cost for the homeowner whatsoever. Power offers that under Power's brand. And then all the partnerships we have, every single major lender, every single major manufacturer on our platform. And then the virtual site survey tool that you get access to, where you can take 8 to 10 photos, upload those up, and that's going to speed up the installation process. It's going to speed up how you get paid. And even the homeowner can do it. That's the beauty of this. Then you drive everything into your dashboard. You're able to see, where's my business at? You can click on things to open up messages that might be there. You can see the trends. You can see everything that you need to do just by clicking the button, all within the platform. And you launch your ambassador program. Your ambassador program allows you to onboard homeowners or anybody who's touching a home, and Power pays them $1,000 out of the commissionable revenue that would be sent to you. all of these tools, and take a look at the signs that come up on the last screen here. You can put those in the yard and you have a business in a box, is the way I like to look at it. All of that is just the beginning, because now you talk about how you earn money in the platform. Money is earned from several different pathways. First one is, if you look at your personal sales, you earn 70% of the margin. Average project is $6,000 to $7,000, and that's paid out daily. Some companies, they pay you on Friday for everything you did the previous Monday through Sunday. Powur pays every single day. When you first get started, you might have heard Jeff talk about, he worked with a tier 3 seller. Your partner sales have to be done in your first 3 projects if you're a non-solar pro, or 1 project if you're a solar pro. On that project or those projects, you'll split that commission 50-50, which, by the way, is still more than most solar companies are paying to do the entire project. You get access to revenue share, where you can earn on projects in levels. Anybody in your team down 6 levels between $150 and $550. That's paid out every Friday. And there are literally hundreds of people who have built a passive 6-figure to 7-figure income by helping others. It's really, you're giving back, but the reward is you earn passive income from everything that they do. And then stock options. Powur believes in the entrepreneurship. They want you to be an owner in Powur. You'll receive stock options for basic minimum milestones. It's got exponential growth, and that is all up to you. So that's just a snapshot of how you get paid. But we all start as a tier 1 seller. And the simplicity is get it, submit it, tag it. Get an electric bill, submit it to the platform, tag a tier 3 selling partner, and then earn while you learn, with an average of over $3,500 per project per home. Again, that's 1 if you're a solar pro, 3 if you're a non-solar pro. You're also eligible to refer others if you want to have that rev share, and to earn stock options. Tier 2 is where now you can close your own deals. You've finished working with a sales partner, and your average commission is going to be $7,000 per project. You remain eligible for rev share, you remain eligible for stock options. It's kind of where you make the transition to full-time, because you can start at any amount of time that you want to allocate to Powur. And then if you desire, you can advance into the tier 3 seller. That's that sales partner network, where you'll earn on average $7,000 on projects you create. And then you'll also be able to earn half of that on each project that you are paired with to help another seller close their first 1 to 3 deals. Just a fabulous pathway for people. And really to me, it's one of the best types of income that I receive, because I'm helping somebody and I'm getting rewarded while they're getting rewarded. They're earning and learning, and we're all happy. Last section here is the training. Showed you some snippets from inside our knowledge base. Our university is absolutely the best I've seen. It's going to really change the industry from a knowledge level. What we've all needed all along is now in there. I have a part of my courses in there that I used to sell for $2,500, and it's taken that course and many other courses, one from a gentleman who wrote the book on selling solar, and has created the best training asset that I've ever seen, truly interactive. And you're going to find a lot of people coming to Powur just to get the training. Beyond that, we have set many new standards. I want you to look at this trajectory growth here, and started in 2014 as a lead gen company. And look what forecast is for this year. And it happened as we evolved, and we went through several different evolutions. We started as a lead gen company in 2014. 2020, we disrupted the industry by launching the cost of goods model. And that wasn't really well received initially. It became incredibly well received by solar people once they learned about it, but it wasn't well received by the industry because they didn't know the term. They always believed in this something called a red line. Well, that hit us with explosive growth in 2021. And that also allowed us to do a crowdfund. So Powur went back out to the community of sellers and said, hey, we want you to have the ability to invest into your own company and be a future owner in this company, a bigger owner in this company. It broke every record in the crowdfund industry. 2022, we launched that virtual site survey app. We launched Enterprise, which now is 13% of our business in just 6 months. And it's a game changer. It allows us to bring organizations, it allows us to bring installers, it allows us to bring companies to the platform. It's a different pathway for them, but it's an incredible way for you, if you know business owners, to help them leverage the Power platform. And that's what's taken us to the next level, which is Power Site. And we'll be doing a training on that on this coming Wednesday's masterclass. So that's how it all happens. It's really changed the game for the industry and being profitable. I do have to say, there are companies out there that are claiming bigger numbers and doing bigger install numbers, but bleeding financially. I'll just put it that way. So you've heard about the industry, the potential that's out there. You've heard about how we have the most flexible and affordable solutions for homeowners. Heard about how this lucrative model offers the highest earning potential with currently 4 streams of income, a 5th stream of income being announced on Wednesday. You've heard about how rapidly we've grown and we maintain that. We've been able to scale and we've been able to be profitable. You've heard about the technology, how leveraging a platform can allow you have economy of scale. I used to spend hundreds of dollars a month on all the things that are now just part of the Power platform. That's scalability. They don't want us being marketing gurus. They don't want us creating assets. They want us helping people go solar. But what you haven't heard about is the team and the culture. And that's the last section here, because I think it's important to know who is behind what we do. And this next video is going to introduce you to Jonathan Budd, our CEO and founder, and the journey that Jonathan went through to do everything that you saw on the past few slides to take us from a lead gen company to who we are today. I'll come back after that and wrap up. Here we go.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Budd. I'm the CEO and founder of Powur. And if you made it this far, you've probably heard incredible reasons to join our company already. But I want to take a minute to share with you where this company really came from. 12 years ago, 2010, I was making lots of money. I had a successful digital publishing company, but something was missing. And I really wanted the work that I actually do every day to be making a difference, to be helping to solve some of the challenges going on our planet. I got a call one day from my friend Jim Bunch, and he said, "Hey man, I'm going on this trip with this organization, the Pachamama Alliance, and I think you should come. Can you come to the Amazon rainforest?" For some strange reason, I said yes. So I went down to the Amazon rainforest with the Pachamama Alliance, spending time with this culture that has no concept of trash, that has lived for thousands of years in that forest. And down there, in the middle of a ceremony with one of the elder shamans of this tribe, the vision for Powur came to me. What I knew in that moment was that I was meant to come back and start an organization, the first of its kind, that was going to figure out how to enable anyone to earn their livelihood and participate in the clean energy or solar revolution. And it took me almost 10 years to really figure out what it was, following the clues and the signs that has ultimately led to where we are today, which is this absolutely disruptive platform for the solar energy industry. Powur is truly here to make the biggest difference we possibly can, aiding our world in becoming sustainable, getting as much carbon out of the atmosphere as possible, and delivering the next generation of infrastructure that society is going to be built on. Now, on top of that, our purpose is to reward financially the people who make that happen more than they ever have been in their lives before. We have this fundamental belief that if you get paid really well to do good, then you're going to do more good. The vision for Powur is to build the largest clean energy platform on planet Earth. And I think the potential for Powur is to truly be a global distributed energy utility that is delivering essential services that we all need for survival at breakthrough costs. This is not just solar power. This is solar power plus storage so that we can become our own utility and we're truly grid independent. This is transportation, whether that's electric vehicles or other forms of transportation that are coming. This is, of course, our appliances and the electrification of the home. This is how we grow food, how we source water. All of these are going to be challenges in the future, and technologies are enabling a new type of way to meet these needs. So this is an incredibly exciting time, and the platform is just in its infancy. And we're now getting to the point where we're able to add so many different types of installers, whether it's HVAC contractors, roofers, solar installers, all of the infrastructure that we need to live in a sustainable world, save money, and lower our carbon footprint. This platform is going to be able to sell and fulfill. I truly think this represents a multi-trillion-dollar industry, and there is no other company, not one, that is close to where we are today in giving you the opportunity to participate. Powur is owned truly by the people. We have now done 2 record-breaking crowdfunding rounds in which we let every single person in our ecosystem become equity owners of the company. In addition, we offer stock options to every single person who joins the company if they hit certain performance criteria. And we want it that way because truly our purpose here is to shift as much wealth to the people who are building the clean energy economy as we possibly can. This is truly the time to leave your mark. This is the time to go big, to make your dreams come true, to build that career, that lifestyle, that best life that you've envisioned for yourself, making a difference, doing it with people you love, and creating the financial prosperity that you know is possible for you. So, it's been my honor to meet you and share with you a little about the vision, origin, and purpose of Powur. Now it's your turn to join this amazing company, and let's go out there and accelerate the adoption of sustainable energy together.
Well, it's probably not hard to see why we love Jonathan Budd, our CEO and founder. Just had the honor of spending several days with him this past week. You know, he's just done everything that he said he would do. He was why I personally chose to come into the Powur platform, as I was running at that time a $17 billion company. And I met this fine young man, the brain of just enormous brain. That's all I can say. I've never seen anybody as smart as this gentleman is. And look what he's done. He's created the most reputable company that's built to last. He is truly a visionary founder. And he's built an executive team that is the best of the best. We've taken from the top companies as they've seen Jonathan, they've seen his vision, they've seen what he's been able to do. Paul Winowski, the former president and COO of Sunrun, as an example, now on a board of directors. Ethan Miller, former COO over at SunPower. So the bigger competitors looked at Powur and said, somebody's changing this industry, and they want to be part of this game changers. And there's many, many more names that I could list, but along with that has come 50, 60 other key executives that's really taken us to another level. All right, so now let's take a look at it a little differently. It's not always about money. That's what some people like to make it about, but it's really about impact. And Powur balances purpose with profitability. Powur is a dual benefit company, a public benefit corporation and a certified B corporation. And there's very rigid rules on how they would scale for good. And there's only about 2,000 companies worldwide that are part of that certified B program. And not only that, what they've done to offset carbon emissions through the Pachamama Alliance ecology. We just announced today that we hit 1 billion pounds of carbon sequestered. 1 billion pounds of carbon sequestered. That is massive. My why is to reduce pollution to the very best until I die. That number alone grows from a billion. The first billion is the hardest. Before you know it, we'll be doing 1 billion a week, 1 billion a day, and we will make a change. So if you ever wonder about what Powur is, it's about purpose. It's about impact. And yes, for that, it creates great income. And then lastly, what do our customers say? And you can go look at us on Yelp and BB&B, and we've got great ratings, even on those sites that people tend to want to go and trash and tell everybody how upset they are. Go take a look at your favorite restaurant on Yelp and see what people have to say about it. Oftentimes find that pretty funny. It's hard to get people to say good things. It's easy to get them to say bad things, just piss them off. So that's just an indication, how I'm now got a negative $10 electric bill. They were on point through the whole process. Just great reviews that you can count on. So enough with all that. Enough about that. This is a massive opportunity to 87 million eligible homes. I guess the question you should ask yourself is, what part of that is going to be yours? It's there for the taking. How big could your impact be? And how big can your income be by creating that income? That could lead you to a shift of freedom. So not only financial freedom, that's a wonderful thing, but time freedom, location freedom, inner freedom that comes from having all of that greatness that you're doing, giving back to you. That is why oftentimes you'll see many of us wearing the freedom shirt. That's your decision. That's what you have to think about. And the way you do it is get in this platform. You know the impact. You see how great this industry is. One home going solar every minute in 2021. Come on. You get access to something that I wish I would have had 5 years ago if this model were available 5 years ago, but it wasn't. It started about 2.5 years ago. And here we are. You're on board for $99. You pay $49 a month for the technology. And that provides you with everything that you need. The robust solar sales fulfillment software suite that you just saw some of the shots from, the cost of goods model that no one else is going to show you the invoice. Powur will. The diverse access to the leading equipment, leading financial solutions, all the tools, all the training, everything that you need, and the culture. The culture. You've seen a lot of the people, how they act with each other. Come to some of our live events and see what our culture is all about. So that's the way to get on board. So I'm going to end my portion here in a moment. I would just say, get back. If we have time tonight, we'll take questions, but either way, get back to whoever referred you here today, get your questions answered, get their enrollment link, and jump on this train. It is one heck of a ride. We're building a rocket ship in flight and all kinds of other analogies I could use, but it's been the best journey of my entire life. And I believe it will be my last. And I mean that the most positive way. So Bobby, I'm going to turn it back over to you, Mr. Smith.
Thanks, Charles. It's hard to believe this is a new deck that you've just gotten your hands on recently as you've mastered this presentation, which elevates our entire company and the field. So really brilliant. As I sit here, folks, even for me, it's palpable. You can feel the energy as 400 or 500 people. Wednesday, I think there'll be 1,000 people on our masterclass and hearing our CEO address. So you can just feel the energy. And if you ever want to catch something, you want to catch momentum. And this is a company that's about to go in momentum. And that's what history tells us. We've got two special guests on here tonight. Aaron, Chris, you guys out there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Let's start with Mr. Browning, age first. So Aaron, how long has it been now? How long have you been in Power now?
Right around 2 months.
2 months. So you're a veteran. What's the size of your organization right now?
Total organization, we just crested 160 business partners.
160 business partners. That's rather extraordinary. And so you're a veteran. You've been in the direct sales industry. You've been around. You're an accomplished, very successful guy, accomplished chef, accomplished family guy. So how did they get? What was the process? How did even someone like you make a decision to do this?
Yeah, my good friend who I've known from high school. In fact, I'm sure he's on here. He's on all the calls. Jabari. In fact, number 3 mentor in the company. He's only been here a few months as well, which is just awesome. He leveraged a tool. He sent me a video. I was probably a little bit of a pain to start it, but once I did, I realized minutes in this was a very, very similar model to EXP, which is where I keep my real estate license. I'm a big believer if you're gonna spend time on something, spend energy, money, resources, it needs to be proven. And that model is flat out proven, as we all know. It took us from a very small startup to over 90,000 agents in a very short period of time. And the last thing that really kind of sealed it for me to jump all in was the lack of barriers to entry. And I love real estate. I'll never leave it. But in order for me to grow my organization there, I have to have conversations with people that have a real estate license and or are willing to go get one. Here, Not the case. You're able to have a conversation with anybody. You can bless them with either going solar, the gift of that, or show them this amazing business opportunity. So it really just opened it up to allow us to play with the masses, which is a play that I really enjoy.
That's amazing. And Chris, you out there? And Aaron's in the Virginia marketplace. Chris is down in South Carolina. Chris, you there, buddy?
Yep, I'm here.
So maybe you can get, well, you know, what got it for you, man? Maybe you can share your background real quick, and what was your journey? What was the decision making?
Yeah, similar background to Aaron. Him and I have been good friends and business partners for close to a decade now. And, you know, we've journeyed through real estate together. And I introduced him to EXP. He introduced me to Powur. We kind of, you know, go back and forth with stuff like that. But he called me up one day, and I was actually looking to get a solar system on my house. I posted something on Facebook, and he hit me up and he said, "Hey man, you got to take a look at this company if you're going to look to do solar." And I saw the opportunity video, and I called him up and I said, "Bro, this is EXP in the solar world." And you know, that was 60 days ago, and the most I knew about solar was how to spell it. So, you know, he asked me if I wanted to, you know, participate with him. And you know, I'll be honest, I lost my mom in January, and it's been a tough road since, and there's been probate battles, and the last thing I needed was another, you know, business project on my plate. But Aaron used to say all the time, I was the third person he called in one of his other business opportunities. So I gave him crap for it. And he said, "Hey man, you're the first person I'm calling on this one." And so I said, "You know what, I'm going to say yes." And in the back of my mind, I was looking for every reason to call him back and say, "Hey man, this doesn't work for me. I found my out, you know, I'm good." And here we are 60 days later, and I still haven't found that out yet. So I'm just rolling with this, man.
All right. Well, let's go back to your better half. You know, Aaron, so you're an experienced, savvy guy, and, you know, we don't pull any punches here, right? Nothing. We're in the construction business. Nothing's easy. We're doing something no one in the world's ever done. But for the people out there that are looking tonight, the guests of your team tonight, you know, what's the experience been like? Have we done what we said we're going to do? Have you been let down at any juncture? You know, what can you share with the guests that are making a decision tonight?
First and foremost, go all in, bet on yourself. You know, we joke around in our organization, it's $99 to get started. I mean, that's the cost of a bad date. It's the cost of a bad meal. Be more focused on what could go right. And that's the mentality that's really served us well. And we run with that. In terms of being let down, the short answer is no. Like, no. I mean, literally, Chris and I are looking for it. In fact, we went to convention. Thank God it happened to be, I think we were here a month at that point. And Chris and I were joking that we're going to find a hole. I know we are. We're going to see it. Someone's going to pull the rug. The leadership, that was the last piece that we really had to get to know. Outside of you, we just hadn't met anybody in the virtual world we live in. Every person they introduced on stage, Chris and I were doing elbowing each other, like they keep one-upping each other. So the team they've put together to help service us in the field, it can't be matched, my friends. Speed of the leader, speed of the pack. You guys have seen that from this presentation. This company is the real deal. In fact, so much so, I haven't shared this with very many people. My family goes to Iceland every summer for July. Something we plan every single year. We look forward to it. 45 days ago, I told my wife I wasn't going to get goosebumps. I told my wife I wasn't going. And she goes, "What? Are you kidding? Why?" And I said, "Honey, this power play is too big. I cannot leave. I owe it to our future selves to stay here and build." God bless her. She knows it's my love language and took the kids, and that's where she's at now. Oh, wow. But we are all in on this play, all in. It is a massive, massive play. I truly, truly believe the biggest play of my lifetime.
You're all there, Bachelor. You didn't even invite me down for dinner with them away. Really? I mean, come on. So you're going to stay here and save the ice cap while they're down there viewing the ice cap.
Yeah.
And Chris, you know, I think another question that's important to people these days, you know, we're not another solar company, we're a culture. And you had a chance to come down to Texas and visit and get a sense of that culture. You know, how did that hit you? What'd you feel about it, you know?
You know, as Aaron said, super impressed. You know, I've been to a lot of conventions. I've, you know, worked for Tony Robbins' organization. In my opinion, you know, they just mastered the whole event and convention space. And so this past convention being my first one, I was blown away. I mean, just every morning we woke up, I felt like I was just more fired up. Just to be able to be a part of a organization where people care. You know, there's business minds and there's heart minds in this organization. And, sitting through the Pachamama experience where they shared that video and how it just moved everybody in the crowd. We talk a lot about the money, but a large majority of the people are not doing this just for the money. There's a mission here. There's a purpose. And I live my life, as a man of faith, and I ultimately want to hear one day, good job, good and faithful servant. And I believe in the duality of life and business. I found the purpose that, fits in alignment with that belief system.
The only downside is you were having breakfast with me every morning, right? That was the only.
Hey, that was good, man. Those were some good conversations. I just wish I had more time if it wasn't for that breathing exercise.
breathing exercises at a convention. Who'd have thought?
Yeah, that was great.
Lastly, because I want to open up the chat bar for some questions, and you guys have a lot of people on here. Just Aaron, in closing, real quick, guys. Aaron, first, what would you say to the folks again, the guests that are trying to make a decision tonight?
There's really no decision, and it's not a sales pitch. That's me coming from the heart 2 months into this thing. For me to send my family away on a vacation because I see how big this thing is, for us to have conversations with our past clients and our team that has trusted us and other ventures and other companies that we've all partnered with together. We are all in on this play, like all in. I've already covered many of the reasons. I firmly believe, and Chris, I haven't shared this publicly either, when we were mapping out our business plan day one to see if this makes sense for us, we were forecasting a six-figure monthly. Guys, we were thinking way too small, like way too small. We both believe it's going to be a seven-figure monthly for many, many people within Power and in our organization. So once again, guys, just go all in. It's $99. You can't, by the way, let's be real. You can't open a lemonade stand for $99. Yet you can go open a solar company that you can service in 22, whatever, how many states we're in. Like, that blows my mind. My mind. Go bet on yourselves, my friends.
No, I get it. And you can start putting some questions, our guests, in the chat bar, and then Charles and I will address them in just a moment. So Chris, again, what would you say to the guests of your team here and the guests of Power that are looking in, trying to make a decision tonight? And maybe they're looking for the hole instead of the donut. I'm not sure. What do you think?
Yeah, August 1st, 2022, write it down. You've just met your defining moment to your future. And you have an opportunity, you have a 50-50 shot for what your future is going to look like. You can either say yes or you can say no. If you say yes, this will be the most defining day of the rest of your life. If you say no, this will be the most defining day of the rest of your life, because there's going to be plenty of people that are jumping on this ship and it's taken off. And, for whatever reason, if it's not a fit for you, that's okay too. But you're going to look back on it and you're going to say, man, I wish.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Look, and we are so honored to have the two of you be a part of this company. What Jabari's done, and Robin Race, Derek Dewan, and the members of your organization, what Luigi's done here. But the two of you are having an impact on our company immediately, which means you're having an impact on the world. And we're very thankful for what you're bringing here. And anybody who has a chance to go into business with you two and follow the two of you are just lucky individuals. So thank you for everything that you're doing. Really.
Bobby, can I say one thing? One parting word? This is not about us and our success. This is about all those names that you just mentioned. Jabari, Raisa, Rob, Luigi, yourself, Charles, all the people who have been around us to make this happen, to take us where we're at today. So thank you to the company for that.
We thank you. So let's open up the chat bar. If you have any questions, I think someone asked about Nebraska and commercial business. Right now, we are a residential company. We're focused through the end of this year. And Charles, did we touch on that, or do we want to go back to that, the two markets for tonight?
Yeah, I think that's a good way to transition off, to look back at the bigger picture. Gentlemen, amazing job. Your stories are just deeply touching. I'm so impressed by both of you and what you're doing in your organization. The best is ahead for you, for sure. So congrats, gentlemen. Really, thank you.
Did you mention a couple markets were opening there, Charles?
Yeah. So being from Boston, Massachusetts, excited to announce that effective today, and I haven't looked to see if it's live in the platform yet, we are now live so call it live, but we have to have Solo cooperate with that, live in Massachusetts and live in Ohio. Those are two awesome markets that we've been fighting the battle to get licensed in, and now we are there. So you take Power to two more massive states that have great buyback rates, great incentives, and it's game time.
So we will be doing some events specifically for Ohio and Massachusetts. I'm sure it won't be long before Charles and I are in one or some of these markets. Our leaders like William Contreras and Jonathan Bernasso have already been launched in Ohio, working up in Massachusetts, working in Connecticut. And yes, the rumors are true. Our goal is we are opening Puerto Rico, hopefully right around Labor Day. That is our target. And we believe that will be a monster market for us. We're very excited about it.
Keep it as Q4. Set expectations as Q4. Sometime in Q4.
I'm the aggressive one. My goal is Labor Day, on or about Labor Day. But again, it's not up to us, it's up to the government and licensing. And licensing in COVID is a little bit more challenging, less employees, just challenges all over the place. And so a couple of questions, Charles, if you're seeing them, we are not in Nebraska. We're going to play the hand that we've got throughout the rest of this year, and we'll look at target markets for next year. Currently, we are not in the commercial business. The juice is not worth the squeeze. We are playing a hot hand and killing it in the residential marketplace, launching new products, launching new warranties, launching new software, and doing everything that great companies do. What you see anything else in there? I am in Maryland. Charles, as you can see, is on the beach in Southern California, and he has homes in Dallas and Mexico. I tend to live in one place.
But I'll be at Fenway. I'll take you up on your offer there. I can't wait to celebrate there too. The only other questions that came in, and again, this isn't a training session. This is just really more to answer the specifics that we covered tonight. If you want to really get into the weeds on things, get with the person who sent you. They know all the answers so that you get the benefit of it. But
we're looking at New York. I'll take a few, Charles. Parts of New York, probably in the Long Island area, probably Q1 of next year. Georgia's the same way. Again, there was a map, I believe, of all the states we're in. Whoever brought you here will make that available. We cover the vast majority, population-wise, of the United States of America, most of the East Coast, most of the West Coast, Texas, and major markets in between. Kentucky, same thing. Our hearts and prayers go out to the folks in Kentucky, the floods. We got to do something about these climate issues. But again, these are all going to be fourth quarter initiatives. We are not in the lead gen business. Again, most people take bad jobs with bad solar companies to get bad leads. If you understand our tiered program which soon will be 1,000 people a month joining the platform that are submitting their first deals to tier 3 sellers, you can have the most organic. We have the most organic lead gen program in the industry. We have people closing 2-3 deals a day on the beach or in their pajamas from home. When COVID hit, it didn't hurt us at all. We grew 1,500% and invested in $1 million media center because we've been teaching people how to sell online for almost 7 years now. So we will do something in the lead business in the not too distant future. Remember, our CEO is one of the top in his spare time. He made his first millions in his 20s. He's one of the top online marketers in the world. So it will be nothing for Power to do that when we choose. Charles, you seen a few in there?
Nah, George, there's some other markets. Let me put it this way. If you can ask about all the markets, when the time is right, meaning when the utilities actually cooperate with 1-to-1 net metering and when the energy costs are north of 10 cents per kilowatt hour, there's something to look into. Georgia is a market that is getting close, but it's just not there yet. So power needs to be where we can show economic benefit to the homeowners. That's really what it's all about, saving them money and saving the environment at the same time.
Yep. Coverage areas and zip codes are in our back office. Whoever invited you here can walk you through our coverage area. And remember, we have to be smart about these things. There are parts of each market that make sense, and there are parts of certain parts of states that don't make sense. Population-wise, incentive-wise, we need installers for those markets. So it shifts. Remember, we're in the construction business, folks. So if you decide to join Power, if you decide to bring in solar, and we're doing something that no one in the world's ever done before, you got to bring your big boy and your big girl pants, right? Yeah, we're creating.
Yeah. And just watch some of the comments of people closing deals in their pajamas, closing the deals on the beach. I mean, that's part of what we're able to do. We've have all the tools that you need to be able to do that. Not many solar companies provide that. We're not a solar company. We're a platform. And LA is, I assume, Louisiana, no, but near future. Los Angeles, absolutely.
All these new market questions. Sorry, Charles. We're playing the hand that we've got through the rest of this year. Somebody made a unique comment about MLM and comp plan. I think we went through the entire comp plan. We have the finest training in the solar industry. We train in multiple languages almost every day. All of our members will talk about. And remember, it's not an MLM. If you don't ever sponsor a person, there's no money in recruiting. Sell solar, make money selling solar. You want to help others sell solar, then you could be a tier 3 seller. If you want to build an organization, then fine. In an MLM, you come in, you start recruiting because that's how you make money, right? Anytime you're paying past 2 generations of people, anyone can look at you and say, hey, that's an MLM. Look at the EXP model that Aaron talked about. They're the 3rd largest real estate company in the United States of America. They have changed the real estate industry forever, and our comp plan is very, very, very similar in nature to theirs. So all those arguments, all those thoughts, all that noise is just what it is.
Look at your own Fortune 500, Fortune 100 companies. And if you really want to say, are we an MLM or how do we align? Well, I think it's very similar to, Bobby, you mentioned EXP, Prudential Real Estate, Aflac, all the insurance companies have tiered override programs. The difference is with corporate America, they're paying salaries and given cars and locking in costs that are then passed on to the consumer. Those people are nothing more than you get a senior VP, a VP, a regional, a national, then an area, and all that is layer after layer after layer of cost. With Power, we have similar layers, but it's not cost, it's revenue share based upon the project. It doesn't inflate the cost, which most typical MLMs will inflate the cost of products so they can have a compensation plan. Power didn't have to do that. None of us make money until there's glass on the roof. I had somebody actually tell me that this is a pyramid scheme today. It's a pyramid scheme. And I said, all right, let's look up the term pyramid scheme. Right. And then we broke that down and showed the difference between it. Far from it. You call any company out there MLM, but the reality is Power is a platform that allows us to have tremendous power in building our business within that platform.
Yep, folks, I will say one more thing before we close this out. Remember who our partners are. When you come to our conventions, you're going to meet the CEOs and the executives and the owners of the largest finance companies in the United States of America, the largest panel manufacturers in the United States of America, inverters, batteries, you name it. Everybody's in. The industry's in. All the industry leaders are in. The former COO of Sunrun, a major shareholder in our company now. We're not in the convincing business for those of you still asking those types of questions. Nobody knows who we are, but every industry leader knows we've changed the game. Charles, how would you answer the $99 question? I know what I would say. Someone said that multiple people have asked that.
Yeah, come in and get your onboarding done. That is your entry into it. When I opened up my sales office, I had to actually get a building, had to get an office. I had to have electricity, I had to have all that. You get all of that with Power's onboarding. That gets you to all of the initial training, recouping costs that it takes to put together all this incredible training as a platform. And then we pay $49 a month to access the technology and all the other benefits that come from it, all those tools that you get access to. Just think if you would have invested into one brochure that's colored, beautiful, downloadable, editable, what would that cost you? Well, that's part of what you get in the Power platform. So you're really investing into yourself so you have access to a business that can scale your company. Just that simple. And proposals, for example, we get free proposals. We get free proposals that cost Power $20 to $30 a proposal. And you may put in 10 proposals in a given month and you pay nothing, but it's covered by your license. So it's important to understand that it's a platform. We are a software, and Power puts 100,000 plus per month into software. They recoup that through that $49. That's just what it's all about. And that's why they're profitable. They run it smartly.
Again, we have an entire executive team that represents the field team that Charles runs, and we get their feedback pretty much on everything we do. Folks, Wednesday's a big day for this company. I would urge you, if you're going to take a step forward in this company, do it now. We're going to give training and update people on our convention, our new product launches, our new warranty launches, everything that we're doing right now. Our CEO address is going to give an address that's going to blow people's minds. I'm bringing a lot of folks on for that. So Wednesday's a big day in our company. We hope all of you take action tonight and join us. And again, on behalf of Power, I saw Cami on there a moment ago, our executive team, for Charles and myself and Aaron and Chris, just an elegant job tonight, and there's no wonder why you're leading the type of organization that you are. To all of our leaders out there, we see dozens of you on here tonight. We thank you for everything you're doing out there that day. Again, with this new incentives in solar, with the momentum that Power is starting to experience, this is just a very special time for our company, and we're humbled and so excited about what's in front of us. We haven't started yet, folks. So get back to the person, please, that brought you on here tonight. Get any final questions answered. Take 5 minutes to enroll in our company. You'll be immediately sent to an online training so you can get your basic information, and then you're in business. You own a solar company. You can put your first lead on your own home the next day. Take action. We're going to pay you more money faster than anybody in the industry and give you stock options as well to do it. So on behalf of us, we thank all of you. Thank you. Good night and God bless.